Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalia, and in today's Marketing Monday video, I have a really fun one for you guys, and that is how to get into marketing. This is probably one of my number one asked questions. I know I say this every time, but truly this is what everyone wants to know. How do you get into marketing? If you're in a different career, how do you get into marketing, and where to start? So I have teamed with a great company to help you guys out with this, and I'm so excited to be talking about them in just a second. But before we do, I want to say if you have not subscribed to my channel and you guys love marketing videos, that's the sort of content I have here on my channel: marketing, lifestyle, and sort of adulting tips. So that's the sort of content I have here on my channel. So if you guys like that sort of stuff, subscribe for more. So let's talk about this company. Who are they? What are they? So this company is called Acadium, and it's such an awesome company because what they do and what they are is they are a free resource for gaining a certification online for marketing. And not only do they do that, but Acadium also gives you access to courses and hands-on experience with mentors. So you get the best of both worlds. You are not only learning, you're also getting a mentor to help you throughout the process. And that's honestly one of the best things that you could even ask for, because even when you're in college, I know I needed a little extra help in my classes. So I would go to see tutors, I would go to office hours with my professor, and it was just so helpful. So the fact that they offer you a mentor with Acadium is amazing, because you can really get that one-on-one help if you have any questions, or if you're just needing further guidance on something. So the great thing about Acadium, like I said, is you can get a marketing certification, and once you get that marketing certification, Acadium actually offers you the opportunity to become a paid freelancer in marketing. So that already off the bat is an amazing way to get your foot in the door for the marketing career. You know, not many places will allow you to get a certification and then offer you a freelancing job right off the bat. So that's something absolutely amazing, and I just think is great of them. And you know, you really feel prepared for this position because you've gone through the courses, you've had your mentor, and you've had that hands-on experience using that mentor and using those tools. So I think that's really, really great, and it's definitely something that I wish I had when I was going into marketing. You know, like I said, college was extremely helpful, but if I knew that there was a cheaper option and something that was remote, you know, everybody has a different lifestyle. So if online courses are something that really suits your lifestyle, this could definitely be an option for you. So I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description box if you guys wanna check that out. Trust me, you won't regret it. It's truly an amazing tool, and like I said, I wish I had it when I was back starting my marketing career. Okay, so jumping into this video, let's talk about our first point, and that is, what is the first step? Well, the first step is, let's gain some knowledge first. You know, if you are completely fresh going into marketing, you're going to need to know the basics. You're going to need to know what marketing is all about. So you have two options, I would say. One option is to go to college or university and study marketing, communications, business. All those degrees are applicable into the marketing field, but don't limit yourself on those degrees, because I believe that just because you don't have a marketing specific degree doesn't mean that you can't get into marketing. It's just going to be a little harder if, you know, you're wanting to go into marketing and then you take philosophy classes or stuff like that. That's not really directly correlated to marketing. If you know that you really want to go into marketing, make sure to take one of those 3 degrees that I mentioned: business, marketing, public relations, communications. I know it's 4, but public relations and communications can sometimes be separated, but you can get a job in marketing with those degrees, pretty much guaranteed. Second option is to do online certifications, such as Acadium. You know, those types of courses are completely credible. You are going to learn just as much as you will in college. Quite honestly, yes, college was very, very helpful, but really all you need to know is the material source. If you're someone that wants to work remote for these online classes and you want a cheaper option than going to university, definitely check those things out. Those will give you the same sort of knowledge and you'll get the same sort of credibility. So it's really just whatever your personal preference is. And you know, some people prefer the college experience. Some people are starting their marketing career in a later time in life and don't really have the time to physically go to college. So something like an online course and getting a certification in marketing is a much better fit for them. So really just evaluate what you are wanting out of this and figure out which one's the best one for you. So the second thing is one of the biggest things that people look for when they're hiring someone in marketing, and that is experience. And I've talked about this in many other videos before, and it is really difficult when you're straight out of getting your certification or straight out of college and trying to get experience, because you just graduated, you spent all this time, you know, studying, being in classes and all that stuff. So you're like, what? Nobody told me that I was gonna have to have experience on top of the certification that I just worked so hard to get. So keep in mind that experience is built in within your coursework. Do not discredit what you do when you're in college or when you're getting your certifications, because that's you studying, that's you putting in time and effort into something, and you're gaining experience doing certain things. So when you are asked what sort of experience you have in your resume, you know, put in projects that you worked with for a real life client. I know I had a actual client the last semester of my college career, and we were assigned to do a campaign for this, and whoever designed the best campaign for this client, who was a real client, you know, won at the end of the year. So those 4 months that we were working for this client, it was real life experience, and that is just as credible as going out and doing an internship. So, you know, don't forget to put those things in, build those things into your resume, and really just sort of beef it up and, you know, make it known that you really did put in work and you were knowledgeable on how to do the things that they're asking you to do. So that's one thing. Make sure to give yourself credibility when you're taking these courses and count that in as experience. So the next thing is my favorite thing ever, and those are internships. So that is one of my biggest forms of experience when you're in college, or, you know, just graduated college or are taking a course online. Make sure to be on the lookout for those internships. Whether they're paid or unpaid, they're gonna be extremely valuable. And I know I've talked about this so many times in my videos, but that's how I gained my job in my marketing career currently, was through my internship. I was still in college when I was interviewing for my job that I have currently, and I did not have a lot of experience under my belt. I made sure to fully utilize the fact that I was in an internship, and you know, everything that I was applying in my internship, I definitely made sure to talk about on my resume in the interview. So internships are key. I say this so many times, but you'll not regret it. And they're also super helpful in deciding where you want to take your marketing career. Maybe you get an internship that is something you don't really like, and you're like, well, now I know I definitely don't want to do that for my career. So glad I took it, because now I know. Or you could be the complete opposite and be like, I really liked what I did in this internship. Maybe I can figure out how to work my way up the ladder in this internship and land an actual job or career in that place. So they can be great for connections, you can build relationships, and they're also really great for networking and building relationships. So make sure to look out for internships, whether you're outside of college, in college. They're super helpful. Something else that I had mentioned earlier is mentors. So when you're gaining experience, you can reach out to mentors in your life that are in marketing, whether it be your professors or someone on your college campus. Something absolutely amazing, like I mentioned in Acadium, is that you have real life mentors that you are assigned when you're doing the certification in marketing. So those can be super helpful in gaining hands-on experience and real life experience. So reach out to those mentors and make sure you can get as much knowledge as you can and as much experience as you can working with them. All right, so step 3. Now that we got our education out of the way, now that we know everything we need to know about marketing, now what? What do we do? How do we actually land a job in marketing? So I'm gonna put it this way. you need to utilize everything that you got when you were taking those courses when you were in college and maximize them. Something that I recommend doing is reaching out to people and having informative interviews. So what an informative interview is it's reaching out to someone who's experienced in the marketing field and saying, hey, let me pick your brain and see, how did you get to the position to where you are now? And what advice do you have for me? Those can be so helpful, talking to someone who's actually in the field as we speak. So I get emails and I get DMs, I get comments all the time of people asking to just pick my brain and sort of ask me questions about marketing. You know, it can be really intimidating once you've graduated from college or received your course credits and you're just like, now what? What do I do now? So reaching out to someone and knowing that you have someone to talk to can be very, very helpful. And they may even have a recommendation that they can give you, and you know, they can recommend you to someone, and maybe that's how you land your first marketing job. So definitely reach out to someone, even if it's really intimidating. I know I get intimidated reaching out to people who are in my same field, or maybe it's an influencer and I'm like, oh, she's never gonna respond to me, because I'm sure she gets hundreds and hundreds of emails and DMs a day. It's worth the shot. I promise you. They're busy, but they are willing to help people out. That's why they start these things, is because they want to help people out. So just feel free to reach out. If you guys have any questions and you guys want to do an informative interview with me through Zoom or through email, I'll be more than happy to assist. So now that you've done the informative interview, you've gained certain knowledge, like where you want to take your career, what sorts of fields you want to go into marketing. That's also something very key and very crucial when you're asking these questions. Ask around and ask multiple people in different sectors of marketing, because marketing is such a ginormous field. There's so many different sectors in marketing, and just be like, hey, what exactly do you do? And figure out if that's what you want to do specifically, because there's social media marketing, there's you know, traditional marketing, there's analytics, there's UX, there's so many different areas in marketing that it's really overwhelming if you're just starting from a point and saying, I'm gonna go into marketing, but you don't know what exact field you want to go into. Or you could even go to a nonprofit, and those people are usually a one-man show sort of deal where you are doing everything. So if you do like all aspects of marketing, don't think you have to be specialized to one single area. You can do it all. Probably going to be a smaller company that you're working for, or a nonprofit, because those companies usually have one person to do it all, and you can gain so much valuable experience that way. I would definitely recommend doing that if you have an opportunity to do it. So my last piece of advice is, if you have tried all these things, you've reached out to people, you know, you've gained information from them, and you're still not getting any bites on LinkedIn or Indeed or anything like that, and you're like, I've tried every single step, what am I doing wrong? You're doing nothing wrong, I promise you. Getting a job in marketing is extremely competitive, and it's a very high demand field right now, because a lot of companies are allowing people to work remotely, which can make it a bigger pool that they're choosing from, and that means that they are able to select the best of the best. So you really have to gain your edge and sort of create your brand. So that's my next piece of advice for you guys, and that is, you have to give the employers a reason to hire you, not just that you've gained a certification or that you have a degree in marketing, but you have to have your sort of edge. So I would recommend doing things like building your portfolio. Once you go into an interview, you don't want to come in empty-handed and just be like, yeah, I want this job because I want a job in marketing, and that's it. You want tangible things to show them, campaigns that you've built, you know, assets that you've created, events that you've done, and things that you can show them that you're going to be an asset for their company. And the next thing that I would say is, if you don't have a lot of tangible assets that you created throughout the years, you know, within your internships or your coursework, I would say start creating your own content. So if you're creating your own content, it's gonna make you much more desirable, and it's gonna give you a great portfolio, and you know, people are gonna become interested. And something else that I recommend is looking for freelance opportunities. If you're not getting any bites in any corporate jobs or any sort of agencies, try freelancing. You know, it's a great opportunity to really show a company that they can have a little trial with you, and you can prove to them that you can handle what they're asking of you. And you know, if all goes well, then that can turn into a permanent position. So freelancing is always a great way to get your foot in the door and just sort of start dabbling in different things. Like I said, Acadium does offer freelancing positions. So if you have already gotten your degree and you just aren't getting any bites in your marketing career, then I would also recommend trying out Acadium for freelancing. You know, they will help you find a person to work with, and they'll help you get your foot in the door. And I just think that's amazing. I really hope these tips help you guys figure out your journey from the beginning to the end in your marketing career. And you know, I just would love to hear feedback if you think any of these tips really helps you. And if you guys have any questions, as always, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. I love chatting with you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.